Salute, salute. Salute, salute. Salute, 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 salute. Yeah, I decided to go to the future, y'all, because that's sometimes where I wish I could be. In my head, this is Brooklyn 2025, man. For real. This is Brooklyn 2045, y'all. Still got my NY shit on. How everybody doing tonight, though? It's Friday night. Tay from VA, salute. Team Guardian, salute. I got something to say to a couple of people in here. And I'm going to say this before we get started. Because certain things I'm just not going to allow. If I see anybody that be over here in this chat, in the chat, somebody I don't fuck with, you will be blocked. I don't give a fuck if you got a wrench or not. If I see a nigga from this chat or a female or anybody that's supposed to be part of Team Guardian in another chat, especially with a person that I don't fuck with, and you sitting up watching my name get disrespected, suck my dick and get out the chat right now. That's how I feel. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Salute. Let's get back to the content, y'all. Let's get back to the content. Hold on one second. Let's get back to the content. And that's a fact. I'm dead ass serious. Let's get back to the content. Hold on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Got something for y'all right quick. Well, I can't even pull it up. That's the crazy part, y'all. I was getting ready to pull up the videos of Mr. Jordan, may he rest in peace, but every time I go to press one of the videos to put it up, they said YouTube restriction for offensive material. Hold on one second. Let me run to the thing. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, please. My fault, y'all. Forgive me. Forgive me. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I had to zip to the laboratory, to the restroom for a quick second. And now I'm back. Forgive me for that. Forgive me. Mr. Neal, Mr. Jordan Neal, may he rest in peace. And that's a fact. But what I want to do is, it's something I want to talk about, y'all. I want to ask one question. Mr. Jordan Neely, excuse me. Who was right and who was wrong for that whole scenario, in y'all opinion? What's up, Yak? I see you in the building, Yak. With the situation, unfortunately, that just happened in Brooklyn, New York, in y'all opinion, who was wrong, who was right? I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. Dunbars, I see you in the building. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. And I am very familiar with the train station. Matter of fact, with the whole MTA system, from the buses to the trains. And on the bus, shout out to New York Nikki. They used to be crazy to drive the Gates Avenue bus, she said. That's a very, very dangerous job in particular. Number one, I've seen endless videos with bus drivers being attacked by civilians or commuters, as they say. Think about it. On a train, it's a long-ass train, y'all. And it's usually what, one or two conductors on a train, usually one. But because of the trains, you will never know directly where the conductor is unless, if you're from New York and familiar with riding in the train, you see the conductor come out of the conductor's booth. So you'll never know where the conductor is at. That's why I say when it comes to public transportation pertaining to the bus, MTA on top of the ground, it's very, very much more dangerous because, in my opinion, all you have to do is walk up on the bus and the driver is right there. The driver is usually on the other side of where where the admissions counter is for either your Metro card or your money. KD, Clarice, I see you in the building. So I think, quote unquote, who's in the most dangerous position? The conductor downstairs in the train that you don't know where he's at, or the bus driver that has to greet and see everyone on the bus. Matter of fact, think about this. The bus driver is more accessible because if you notice, for years now, they have made accessible buses, meaning that the buses now have a hydraulic system that'll lean to the back, and they have situated a device that will open up a flap or a lever for a person in a wheelchair or handicap to get on, and the lever will pull them up to the base of the bus and let them come inside. Think about that. The bus driver has to come off the bus. But let's get to the rap, y'all. This is what I want to talk about. See, because I'm going to give it real. I'm going to keep it real. I'm upset. Unfortunately, another person has been killed. I'm not going to just specify the word black. Another person has been killed. Another human being, y'all, has been killed. Can we start focusing on the fact that color should not be the relevance or the motive behind demonstration or marches or protesting? If we're going to protest, let's protest on the fact that another human life has been taken. Can we agree to that? Can we agree to that? I know people always say the police are always killing black people. The police are always killing us. But I'm not mistaken. If y'all go ahead and look on a computer, not just YouTube, go to your computer, because you could be specific on a computer and type in Caucasian men or Caucasian people that were killed by police and watch how much comes up. Watch how stuff come up. It's not just, pay attention. I said type in the word Caucasian. Caucasian, a white person. Don't type in the word black man killed by police officer. It's going to be bombarded. Matter of fact, let's even be more fair. Say human beings killed by police officers. Why we got to specify color? I'm really getting tired. And me, respectfully, to the protesters, especially the white ones, especially the white protesters, not the Vietnamese, not the Japanese, not the Chinese, not the Russians, not the Italians, not the Haitians, excuse me. But when it comes to Caucasian people, just in my opinion, sometimes they can try to disguise us. Just because they come to a family reunion or just because they like grandma potato salad don't mean they like us. Like down here, you notice like they say, well, grandma used to be a maid at their house and used to take care of their grandmother. That's why they love grandma so much. So see, they didn't love grandma because grandma was black or white. They didn't say that they loved grandma because of an ethnicity. They said they loved grandma because grandma used to take care of their grandma. You see what Yak said? He said more whites by the numbers, but they are not televised like black victims. That's a fact. It's actually a fact that more white people are targeted and abused and killed and arrested. But see, the reason why it's such of a big thing on television because these horrific acts are happening in predominantly black neighborhoods. Before we get into the conversation, I want everybody to have a clear mind. In predominantly black neighborhoods or predominantly minority neighborhoods, meaning people of less income. Because if you're from New York, you might have, like myself, we had Russians, Italians, Greek, Black, Haitian, Trinidadian, Bayesian, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Guyanese, all type of ethnicities on my block, in my neighborhood. Rest in peace to Michael. That was the neighbor two downs, Mr. Greco's son. Mr. Greco and his wife was from Greece. Mr. Greco's wife used to make cards. She used to hand paint cards and give them to my mother and my grandmother. I'm talking about take pieces of paper, fold them up, cardboard, and specifically, intricately detail cards and give them out. Mr. Greco and Mrs. Greco, they also had wine that they made by the bottle because they had a grapevine in their backyard. I never saw anything like this. They had a grapevine in their backyard. They had somewhat of a vineyard in Brooklyn, New York. So they used to make grape wine and give it out as gifts, like for Christmas, birthdays, and certain occasions. Mr. and Mrs. Greco had a son by the name of Mike. Mike is Mr. and Mrs. Greco's son, so he's also from Greece. So if Mike would have been killed, say on my block, say killed on a train, say killed on a bus by a police officer, isn't his life as important as if he was black? As if he was black? Like I said, rest in peace to Mr. Jordan Neely. Rest in peace to everybody. Trayvon Martin, George Floyd. Everybody. The list is so long. Tamika Mallory, Mr. Gray from Baltimore. The list is so long, I don't even want to really upset myself like that. I don't. Mrs. Ray Raw. Comp not going crazy on me, Mrs. Ray Raw. Comp is going crazy because Comp is theatrical. But we're not going to get into that. But them trying to make a big spectacle now that they want this man, if I'm not mistaken, he's 23 or 24 years old. They want him arrested for murder. They want him arrested for murder. And they're very adamant about arresting him for murder. Now he's 23, 24 years old. They said he's a decorated sergeant from the Marine. You notice how they threw that in there? They even had one of the lawyers that's in representation of Mr. Neely's family say he is a trained killer, which is actually the truth. Which is actually the truth. The United States Marines, matter of fact, all the services for the United States, whether it be the Marines, the Navy SEAL, the Army, the Air Force, these are people that are trained to kill. That are trained to kill. So you're going to tell me because he went and served his time in whatever place that he had to serve, because just because you're in the Army don't mean you're going to face war, thank God. But whatever time he served, he did his time and he came home. 23, 24 years old. In the eyes of society, I'm feeling kind of confused because which one is it? Is he a killer? Is he a murderer? Or is he a decorated veteran? Which one is it? Me personally, I used to ride the train in Brooklyn. I don't know if anybody in here, you know what I'm saying, besides NY Nikki, is actually from Brooklyn. But I used to ride it. And I've seen so many things on that train. Especially the 3 train and the 4 train and the A train and the C train. When I was young and crazy, running around with D-Sep, running around with my friends, we used to do crazy shit too on the train. Holler, scream, write graffiti, drink beer, smoke weed, play our music, act like children. Even was a couple of times when we was on a train where we had fights. The first thing I saw people do whenever there's an altercation that breaks out on the train, people scatter and run. People scatter and run. Then there's some people that are just sit in one spot and watch. And now because of the communication with our cell phones and everything like that, if you notice now, everybody is sitting up recording events now. Yak said that is the reason he should be going to jail, because he knows when a person is under control and when to let go or keep depending on what you want the outcome to be. So what's up, gangster? I see you in the building. I agree and disagree for one reason. He's a trained killer. And like Yak said, he should have known the proper way to administrate the chokehold. If you remember, if you go watch my stories in the front, I had a problem too when I was in public school with a young man by the name of Luden over a video game that he took from me. And fortunately, when we was walking down the stairs, like, you know, we getting off school, you know, everybody supposed to be side by side. He was in front of me. And when we were walking down the stairs to go to the first floor, I put my arm around his neck and began to choke him. John Shaft, salute. Pay attention, y'all. This is why this story kind of touched home with me. This is why this story kind of touched home with me. When I choked Luden and put my arm around Luden, y'all, the reason why I had snuck Luden, because truth be told, at that particular time in public school, I didn't have that confidence that I had in junior high school, or the confidence I had in high school, or the confidence I had now. I'm in the 4th, 5th grade. Luden was bigger than me. He used to be with the so-called popular kids. And was he a bully? No, he wasn't no bully, but he was known to kind of, how can I say, enforce his authority because of his size. Because you notice in public school, there'd be some short kids, some medium-sized kids. Luden was real tall. Like, Luden was in the 4th grade, 5th grade with us, but he looked like he was supposed to be, honestly, in high school. He was just really, really tall. So what I do, y'all, I choked him. The reason why I choked him, because I like wrestling. So when I was younger, one of my favorite WWF stars was Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake Roberts, because he was known for putting people to sleep and waking them up with his snake. Did I know in the 5th grade the proper way to choke someone? No, I didn't. See, when you're watching television, they don't tell you to put your, like right here, put your arm right here. If you notice, if I go to the side, my throat is still clear. See, if I'm here, you know what I'm saying, you're choking, but if I'm down here, you notice how my voice changed? When you go down here, your voice, your Adam's apple, your cord. I didn't know that right here was enough to cut off somebody's win. See, when you're right here, you notice I'm still sounding the same way, but you hear me a little distorted a little bit because I'm cutting off my win. But down here, especially with force, you dig what I'm saying? I'm messing it up. Uh-oh, we got one. That ain't the real one. That's a clown. So you'll be gone too. So make a long story short, when I grabbed Luden, I was literally terrified, y'all. Listen, I was literally terrified. This is why I was terrified. I said I was already nervous of him. That's why we had the problem, because he had took one of my games when we were sitting up before we got off, because our teacher would give us early recess on Fridays if we had a good week. This is what all this stemmed from, him taking one of my handheld games and walking off with it. While I'm choking him, the teachers are telling me, let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go. The other students, they're not doing nothing. They're cheering it on because they're kids. I'm looking at my teacher and another teacher, because when we came down to the 2nd floor, my teacher name was Mr. Lehrer. Another teacher by the name of Mr. Storm came and was trying to unravel my hand from around his neck. True story, y'all. The more they tried to unlock my hand, the tighter I squeezed. Make a long story short, they eventually wound up taking my hand off his neck. So, you know, that was on a Friday. Remember I told y'all this. This was on a Friday. My mother got a phone call the following Saturday, the next day, that next morning, way before 12 o'clock, because I know we was up early and we were supposed to be going to King's Plaza. My mom's got the phone call. I seen when she picked up the phone call, a look on her face was something wrong. She put the phone down. She said, yes, okay, we will be there. When she hung the phone up, my mother told me, they don't want you to come back to the school. I'm like, what? She had just got off the phone with the actual principal by the name of Thelma Harper. May she rest in peace. But my mom was always called up to the school for me being a class clown and all that bullshit anyway when I was younger, because I used to finish my work early and then I would distract the class. So Miss Harper and my mother, they built a rapport. So she had my mother's home number. She called my mother because that evening, that Friday evening, Luden was took to the hospital, and they said, if I would have not released my arm from around his neck, he would have died. I never forget the terminology. They said that I would have crushed his larynx. They said I would have crushed his larynx. And if I'd have crushed his larynx, the bone in his larynx would have slit possibly one of his veins, and he could have suffocated on his own blood. He could have choked to death on his own blood. But praises due, they separated us. This is what I'm saying about the situation in Brooklyn. And I'm just talking about the train station, because Brooklyn, New York, everywhere is dangerous. Everybody know that. Everywhere. New York is dangerous. The subway station is dangerous. This is what I'm thinking about. Say we all on a train, y'all. You know, a lot of people in Brooklyn, even if they do have motor vehicles on a weekend or something like that, if they get a parking space, they will keep their car parked because there's no alternative sideway moving from left to right on Saturday or Sunday. And then 9 out of 10 times, people will commute on the bus or the train. 9 out of 10 times, people will commute on the bus or the train. So just imagine this. You on a train. Say you got your daughter with you. You got your son with you. You and your girlfriend. Y'all on the train going to 42nd Street to the movies. Y'all on the train going to Coney Island. Y'all on the train going into Botanical Gardens. Let me ask y'all something. A man comes on the train acting erratic, aggressive, and demanding money. Stay with me for a minute. Not a well-dressed man, not a dapper man. A man that unfortunately, because of time and mental illness, you know the appearance. Like people say, oh, he's dressed like a bum. Oh, he's dirty. Oh, he stink. Now you're with your loved ones, maybe your children, maybe your woman, maybe your man, maybe your grandparents, maybe your grandmother, anything. And someone stops on a train where you're at, somewhere close to you, and starts talking about if they don't get some money or some food, they are going to hurt someone and kill someone. And they don't care because they are ready to go back to jail. Pay attention. They're going to hurt or kill somebody if they don't get some food or money, but they are ready to go back to jail. I was trying to pull up the video, rest in peace, about Mr. Neely. They said he'd been arrested over 40 times. Let's take that into effect. He's been arrested over 40 times pertaining to things in the street, and it's documented he has been suffering from mental illness. It's documented. He's been suffering from mental illness. So instead of them getting him into an institution where he can be helped and addressed with his situation, he's on a train. You know they don't care nothing about nobody. They're going to let you stay out in the street. They showed a video that he was a Michael Jackson impersonator for a good deal of his life. A Michael Jackson impersonator. They had him on a train with Michael Jackson attire, moonwalking. You know how they got the performers on the train? They got the performers on the train. Now, see, this is something I've always said, just my opinion. Just my opinion. I've been on a train. I've seen people come up there and dance. I've seen people come up there, put on the radio, or without a radio, bang on a wall, and I've heard people rap. I was just in Brooklyn, and I seen this new shit where the dudes was running around, y'all, and they was, yo, the shit, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm dead serious, y'all. The little nigga ran like he was getting ready to run and jump right on me, and the nigga flipped and started hanging from the goddamn pole.
I was drawing.
What up, Yak?
What it do?
And I know Yak over there in Chicago, they have a train system also.
Yep, the L train.
Yak, tell us about the trains and the buses over there in Chicago when we get into this bill. Talk to me, Yak. How is it? Is it just as dangerous? Well, I know it is, but tell us. I ain't even gonna say if it's dangerous or not. You tell us how it is.
Yeah, the L trains in Chicago is very similar to the New York trains. And you were, man, when I was growing up, I used to stay close to the downtown area, so we used to ride to downtown Chinatown. You gonna fight, you gonna get robbed, you gonna get jumped. Anything could liable to happen on them trains. You know what I mean? And they used to have I'm trying to remember the name of them. Guardian Angels. The Guardian Angels.
Oh yeah, we beat them niggas up. We had them too. We beat them niggas up. We had them in New York.
Guardian Angels started riding the trains when I was younger.
Red jackets with the red bandanas.
With the derbies and shit.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
That's right.
They started riding the trains just like for protecting the people. You know what I mean? The ones in Chicago, I don't know what they was on in New York, but the ones in Chicago when I was younger, they rode the trains to try to decrease the robberies, the bankings and shit like that. You know what I mean? So salute to them. But man, the trains, man, anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? Anything liable to happen on the trains, man.
And salute, you're right. Salute to the Guardian Angels, because when we was younger, the same thing Yak said, the Guardian Angels, they was their own, like the New York labeled them as vigilantes. Because that's when that Charles Bronson whole Death Wish shit was going out. That's when they formulated. And actually, they did go around trying to stop drugs, people from getting robbed, raping, because people was getting raped, or killing. They did try.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we fought them, shout out to my DCEP compadres, the only reason why we fought them, because they was on a train with us one night, and they just came through. Like, they just walked through the trains, like how they walk through the trains. And, you know, them niggas came like they would walk all the way to the front to the back. So them niggas walked straight to the back, yeah? And they had the nerve to tell us they ain't appreciate that we was on a train smoking weed. Yo, we beat them niggas out they jackets, man.
Yeah.
But
is y'all trained the same way? You can when you come on, you can
walk straight through.
Right? Can you go to the back door that's directly on the back
and open it up?
Next one.
And walk right through the train.
Walk right through the train, going train to train.
Yeah, same thing.
Man, I done some shit on that, you know what I mean, that I ain't proud of when I was our project days. Cause man, if you catch different project buildings that y'all beefing with, man, you see something on the train, anything liable to happen, man. It ain't nobody helping you on that. You better be prepared. If you go on them trains, you're on your own. You know what I mean? For real, for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong. A human being is dead. Yep. That's what I want to stay focused on. But I'm trying to say, just because he was a Marine don't mean he tough. That man looked like he was literally scared to death to let him go. And if you pay attention to the video, there were two other gentlemen that were trying to hold him and subdue him. And the guy looked it strong, like maybe he might have been drunk. He might have been on an opioid. Anything. I just think he should go to trial. I think charges should be brought up. I don't think charges should be brought up as far as first-degree murder or murder with malicious intent. I don't know the whole scenario. I'm just going by what I saw on the video.
I disagree with you, Dice.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
You know what I'm saying? Now, when you look at the video, that second man, the one that spoke at the end, he should be charged to the highest degree as well. Because you notice he held them down. He was holding his arms and legs and shit.
That's right.
You're a full-blown participant. You know what I'm saying? When you aggressively holding somebody who wind up losing his life, you two motherfuckers tag teams now. And the way he was promoting him at the end of the video, it almost seemed like they might have been coming from the VA building or something. And they talked about that shit before, Dice. They talked about Elling somebody the fuck out. The white guy and the black guy, they had a connection somewhere. It's got to come out. I guarantee it comes out where they have a connect. Now, the only one might get no charges is the one with the book bag on, because he just was like gently holding the man's shoulders. Man, but the dude with, man, if you Marine trained, man, I'm a state champion wrestler.
That's right.
You know when to let it go. You know when to let it go, bro. You know when you got total control. You know when to let it go, Dice. And if
now from a hold up, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
From a wrestler's standpoint, I was talking about that earlier because this happened with me, Yak, when I was in public school. You dig what I'm saying? And they told me that I would have crushed his larynx because you a wrestler. You know, I didn't know that right here under the chin is enough to cut your wind off. I'm squeezing him like this, and I'm falling back like this, Yak. We on the staircase. I would not let him, yo, Yak, I'm gonna keep it funky with you, bro. I didn't let him go because I was scared that when I let him go, he was gonna do me dirty.
Yeah. You was young though.
I was in public school.
Yeah, this dude been trained, Dice. You lock that boy, you lock your hand right here. And when you instant. That's why watch MMA. When somebody get a lock in, they instantly tap it, bro. Right. They tap it immediately, bro. You got control of that, man.
Immediately.
If he's been trained by the government, by whoever else, and he passed all that shit with flying colors, man, that man's supposed to go to prison, man.
What should he go to prison for? For murder or reckless endangerment or manslaughter?
It would probably be manslaughter, because first degree murder had to be with ill will and intent. You know what I'm saying? But if you, for some reason, I'm feeling like him and the one gentleman, the one that's promoting how much they was Marines and trained killers and all that, and then them two motherfuckers had a conversation about if somebody run up on me, this wasn't me. It almost seemed like they had vision and visualized this shit in their head already, bro. That's how I took it. That's how I took it, bro. Like they had already had a conversation, one of those, what if somebody ever run up on us, this is what we gonna do. It almost, that's the feel I got from it. You know what I'm saying? Especially by his conversation at the end. Like for real.
My thing that made me laugh. This what made me laugh. No, I'm sorry. It didn't make me laugh. I'm not saying it like that. It didn't make me laugh. Let me rephrase that.
Raise your intelligence.
When they sitting there at the end and they have this man on the ground that's deceased and they got the guy that choked him out. This is the photo they got. I didn't even want to load it. They just got him like this looking at him. Right? Why wasn't he charged immediately?
Damn.
Like, I don't understand that, because if it had been vice versa.
My understanding, they took him in and released him immediately, right?
Yeah, they just questioned him. He was never arrested. He had to be thoroughly what would they said? Questioned, but he was never arrested. They said, get on out of here. But this is my thing.
It's unacceptable.
I done been to Vegas. I done been all places across the world. And I noticed that I see these people that are adamant impersonators. Like I seen a couple of Elvis Presley impersonators.
Yep.
Just my opinion. It's nothing that if you want to try to do something, like if you put on a clown suit or something like a Barney suit, or you hire somebody to do that for your kids. But I'm talking about the people that get up every day telling themselves that they are other people. I think this is cries out for help right in front of our eyes that are being ignored. These people, just in my opinion, please nobody kill me, I think these people need help.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, man. You got some people, man. They'll take a character, and that character is them. They become that character, and you're totally right. Something triggered something in them to go to that place. You know what I'm saying?
Make them just forget about who they are in natural actuality and try to embellish somebody else's whole identity and existence and really play it to the TT. Like,
Hey, yeah, I'm saying, man, especially, man, you go to like Vegas, like you said, it's man, you have a group of homeless people that have moved to Vegas and become with the dream of becoming something, and they'll be on the street just to go there and get up every day and live this character out. Man, you see that at Venice Beach in California. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Places like people live out a whole different character, and they'll go make them a fucking TP in the sand and sleep and wake up in the morning, wash in the lake, and right back at it, man. And they
just like Atlantic City on the boardwalk.
Man, yeah, that's serious.
For real. I done seen so many Elvis Presley impersonators over the world. And then when I saw that movie called 3,000 Miles to Graceland,
yeah.
I didn't even know that they had an Elvis Presley convention every year in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Every year.
Hundreds and hundreds of people, men, women, and all go out to this event because they are just so in love with the memory of Elvis Presley.
Man, here in Ocean City, probably about 2 years ago, this one guy, he dressed as Batman. And he take pictures. I mean, he take pictures and whatever, you just tip him. I mean, he got the full shebang. But me and my wife walking the boardwalk, and I don't know what it was. He was just overly rambunctious with me and my wife. I'm like, all right, salute him the first time. Then second time a little funny. By the ninth time, I'm about to fuck Batman up. You know what I'm saying? Cause he just studied. Like, man, we walking and he study on us. Like, man, like, dude, you taking this a little too far. You know you can't fly away from here, right? Like, man,
that's a fact.
Some go too far.
And that scares me, bro. That really, really, see, let me explain something to you. I think if you have something in your head or a kid in you or something you grew up with or you want to be a certain individual or a character, that's what Halloween is for. And you're supposed to go to a nice Halloween party or ball.
Yeah.
I can see you trying to emulate the Joker or Batman or Spider-Man or the Incredible Hulk at a Halloween party. But every day your woman asks you, hey, babe, where you going? I'm about to go out here and be the Incredible Hulk again.
Something ain't wired correctly, in my opinion, you know?
My opinion.
Some people chase a dream and it never come to fruition. And to come back down to reality of that not working, that affects some people.
I remember when they had a Tupac Shakur impersonator. After Big got killed, unfortunately, in California, they whipped this nigga to death in Manhattan. That was running around looking like Pac. They beat this nigga to death. And he wasn't even Pac, but he looked like Pac. He used to go to 42nd Street, and take the pictures. And he had a snake. They took the nigga snake. They even took the nigga snake, man. He had an albino snake, man.
Say nothing looked like Tupac would be in New York. Like, come on, that's crazy.
This was like about maybe 2-3 months after Big got killed.
Yeah.
They did him real dirty, man. They did him real dirty, man. And this is what they do. Like 42nd Street is a known attraction, like the Strip in Vegas, when it comes to tourists. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to tourists, we already know about 42nd Street and all that. But to someone that's never been to New York, if they come to 42nd Street, 6th Avenue, 5th, what?
And all, you know what I mean?
The lights and everything, it's just like Vegas.
But I came up there one year for, it was like like some kind of parade or something, man. But it was like, man, everybody was on the streets, man. They was painting and painted their faces, everybody with loud, the fucking neon lights and sticks, glow sticks. I'm like, it was just the whole, I don't even know what area I was in. I had drove up with one of my peoples, man. And, we started walking, man. People walking past, slapping paint. I got handprints of paint over my face and shit. My white teeth. I don't know what was going on, but it was just everywhere. I'm like, man, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely different.
I know one thing. Maybe I'm just being a little biased about this whole scenario because of what I saw growing up. It's times we've been in Brooklyn, y'all, all jokes aside. I'm talking about from a kid to my adulthood where dudes was on the train talking that goofy shit. I done been on a train with niggas talking about, yo, check this out, yo. And before he get to say what he want or what he gonna do, niggas is putting hands and feet on him, man. And by the next train stop, all jokes aside, yeah, by the next train stop, you see a nigga getting thrown out the motherfucking train like he on a Fresh Prince from Bel Air. Like, all jokes aside, man.
I'm saying that in like Chicago, man, New York got that going now. But man, since I was a kid, the gang and organization affiliation, man, you get on them trains, man, and you walk up on one of them damn booths and you go in and you got your hat cranked and you sitting there. By the time that door shut, you see it's a group of Blackstones right there. You the only GD in the bit, man. It's a bunch of people in the man lost their life and damn near wish they were dead for how fucking much pain they was in on them trains, man. Them trains is vicious, man.
Yeah, you want to hear something funny? I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. Man, my mother get pushed out of heaven if I'm lying. We young, we going to Boys and Girls. Well, we out of Boys and Girls High School because we ain't going there no more. But we got like Fulton and Utica. We kind of control that. Jackie Robinson, DSEP, right? So we got the A train. So it was this dude or whatever. We ain't gonna give him no props, but he just wanted to be DSEP so bad. But I liked him. You understand what I'm saying to you yet?
Yeah.
He wasn't as aggressive as I thought he should be. But my opinion, what I was saying to myself was, that's just the way he keep it. We ain't never really see him in a situation where he supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, Bruce Lee or nothing.
Yeah.
So he was told, you want to be DSEP, you got to go rob the A train.
The A train or somebody on the train?
The A train, nigga. You got to pick a car on the A train and rob it.
Alrighty.
True story. Now check this out. When I hear him get told this, what I do, I say I'm going with him. Niggas like, yo, guys, you ain't gotta go with that nigga. Nah, chill, son. That nigga, he act like he want to be down. That nigga fucking like he a flunky, fuck that bullshit. And then what else I do? I take two of my peoples and we go with them. True story, y'all. So we go downstairs to the train station, right? We get on the A train, right? We go downstairs, Yak. The nigga don't have no gun, Yak, but he got a hammer. Like a hammer? Like a hammer? Boom, boom, boom. Like a hammer and a nail?
Hammer and nail.
So he got a Logoose on. So when he running the train, he got his hand on the hammer. So you know the impression of the back of the hammer is on a Logoose. So that shit pick his coat up. That nigga said, if y'all niggas make me pull this shit out, this 4-4 gonna knock a nigga straight through the fucking window, yo.
I'm not calling my video.
People start hollering. Ah! So yeah, a couple of people, they run off the train or whatever like that. It's people taking a jury. God forgive me, Allah forgive me. People taking a jury off. People dropping their money on the floor. We picking that bread up. I'm picking that bread up and putting it in my pocket. I say, oh Lord. I hear somebody say, I think that's the police. I just hit the call. Ooh, ooh. Everybody know what that means. And I take off, yeah. So when I come, because when you come to Utica Avenue, the A train that's the last stop. So it sits there.
Yeah, exactly.
I start running up the stairs, yeah. When I'm running up the stairs, who coming around the motherfucking corner? Police. It ain't even no detective. He got his whole uniform on, son.
Uniform.
So when I'm running, the nigga grab my coat. He go to grab me. I'm like, yo, get off me. He was like, what you running for? I said, oh, I'm sorry. They down there with guns. He said, get out of here. Yo, yeah. The nigga said, get out of here. Go get more police.
Yo, I got you.
We ran straight to the projects and bust that bread down, bro. This is the part where I guess when I saw the situation, it kind of bugged me out, man. When I saw the situation on the train, it kind of bugged me out because I said, damn, we have been in so many predicaments and done so many foolish things on the fucking train. What if somebody would have been a good Samaritan with us, yeah?
Say it again. Exactly.
Because my man, if y'all remember this back in the days in Brooklyn, anybody from New York, there's a man by the name of Bernard Gatz. Bernard Gatz was a commuter on the A train that was shot. No, excuse me. That shot one of my friends by the name of Jaja, and the bullet went straight through him and hit a lady that was sitting on the train and killed her baby in her stomach because she was pregnant. Google it right now. Bernard Gatz. Bernard Gatz. Bernard Gatz. They called him the vigilante killer. This is some big shit, Yak. This was some big, and my man, yo, this is the crazy part. We was in junior high school.
Wow.
Shout out to my man Jaja. He home on that. He home and all that bullshit. Make a long story short, the morning that shit happened, we was at IS 390, and Jaja said, yo, we going to get some money. And my mother was on my back because we've been cutting school so much. They've been calling my mom's crib, Yak.
Yeah.
So we sitting in St. John's Park. Them niggas said, we going to get some money. I said, I'm going to school, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to school, man. Uh-oh, we got Cupid Guts in the building. Cupid Guts coming up here to talk to us about how she feel. Hey, Cupid Guts.
Hi.
Cupid, what up? What up?
How you feel about this situation, man? Talk to me about how you feel about this, man.
Honestly, it's just really crazy to me and just overall sad.
Word.
Overall, it's sad.
And I just don't,
It really is.
I hate they just doing them. I just don't want it to be based on color, man. That's the only thing that's really, really got me upset.
Right.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that bad. That should be based on if they promoting that he's this trained Marine decorated soldier. That's enough right there alone says it all. He know when to release, bro. And then at the end, they holding the man leg up, showing it. Yeah, look at him. We even made him shit himself. Like, come on, man. Like, them two had to be attacked some kind of way, bro. I feel it, man.
I just think, damn, it should be taken into consideration of the time we in, man, because it was worse back then, but I know it's a little more aggressive and worse now. And like I said, somebody lost their life, may he rest in peace. But
yeah, but
the crazy part is, this is what I'm trying to say. Let's do this scenario. Yeah, when they searched him, they found out he didn't have no gun. He did have a knife, but he didn't have a gun. He didn't pull a knife, but he had a knife. His knife was in his pocket. Let's just reverse the scenario. Say that man sat there on the train, right? And when he walked up and was making the loud threats and all that, say the man didn't do nothing. So, quote unquote, let's say this. Say the man would have stabbed somebody on the train. What if he'd have hurt somebody on the train and then he would have been killed by the police for stabbing someone on a train because people that was there, because they always tell us, be good Samaritans. If you can help and you can prevent something, you know how they always give you that hero speech.
Yeah, the man, put the cape on.
They always give you that hero speech, and then they tell you, oh, we're going to give you a key to the city and such and such. There's some people out there that really wake up every day wanting to be a vigilante.
Believe it.
Y'all ain't see that movie called, what's that shit with the little cool little dude, man? Oh, my God, where they wanted to be gangsters, man.
It's a dude here in Baltimore. He failed the police. He failed being a police like 3 or 4 times or something. But this smug walks around, man. He got the light on his car, this handcuffs. This mother walk around pulling people over and shit. Like he really a unscripted police officer without the certifications. You know what I mean?
You know that was the same scenario with Zimmerman?
Yep.
Zimmerman, the same thing. Tried to be police like 2 or 3 times. They said, nigga, you crazy. Psychologically, you are not prepared to be a police officer. And he, just like with Trayvon Martin, unfortunately, rest in peace, he was neighborhood patrolling. He said he was a civilian neighborhood patrolling. And that's how he even came in confrontation with, unfortunately, rest in peace, that child, Trayvon Martin, man.
Neighborhood watch. That don't give you no reason to neighborhood kill, man. It's just dumb. And that's why I get mad at. That's why I get upset with our people, man. When you go so hard at the police and all this when there's one. That's one, man. He's supposed to have been evicted, man. He walking around there. He done got money and all. Okay, man, come on, man. That one, we be riled up and prepared. Always want to make it black and white, but certain shit just right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Certain stuff is about right and wrong, man. For real.
Because I think the whole of the totality of it, he wasn't in prison. They said arrested over 40 times. See, this is the part they're talking about lightly. He was arrested over 40 times and it's been having they're not talking loud about the fact that he has had numerous encounters and psychiatrists declare him mentally insane.
Look at the 40 times he was locked up. 25 of them probably be disturbing the peace. Shit like that, you know what I mean? Those not arrests, but you supposed to be making a big poster child of his criminal record, you know what I'm saying?
And that's
those
what they
arrests
do.
Are like something's mentally unstable with this brother, man. Like, come on,
See, if you get convicted for motherfucking stealing a bag of potato chips, it still goes down as a conviction.
It's on your record, man. Yeah.
It's still there. You punch somebody in the face, goes down as an assault. You punch your woman or your man in the face or your brother or your sister, it goes down as domestic violence. I didn't learn that until back in the days. You know, I didn't even really understand the terminology domestic violence yet. I thought that was because of men and women fighting. No, you put your hands on your mother, your father, you're going to jail. You put your hands on your uncle, you put your hands on your brother,
bro.
Your sister.
I had an altercation at the galvanizing plant that I used to work at. Good dude, Tommy. He come in one morning. For whatever reason, he was Superman this morning. And this was one of the mornings I ain't feel like being bothered. You know what I mean? And I wound up 50 pieces in the biscuit of him, right? And he goes and presses charges. And my thing, man, he got me in court, bro. We up there look like, excuse my language, a homosexual couple on some domestic shit, bro. Because we was attached to the hip. Me and him on a domestic case, bro.
Facts.
Full-blown man.
I know one thing, my father, this is a true story. I told y'all a situation about my father having a baby with the lady around the corner. Yo, Yak, I come in the crib, she's sitting on my mom's bed. I run right in the room and get the bat. Boop, boop, bop, bing, bong. Bing, bong, 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 bong. Yo, when my pops came back that night after they let me go, yo, me and my pops fought Yak for about, I think we fought for about 3 hours that night, Yak. I'm dead serious. We started fighting in the crib, right? When he first came in the crib, then he left, right? So I ain't see him for about maybe an hour and a half, 2. I'm outside with my man smoking weed or whatever. Then this nigga creeps back to the crib because he might have thought I was going back to my crib in East New York. We got into it again. We got into it again. I'm talking about my pops tried to kill me that night. I tried to kill my pops that night. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally.
Like, no, I'm talking literally.
Literally, exactly.
And the bug part about it is the man that I call my father, that's not my biological father. But I call him my father. Yo, Yak, I made him pull out everything he had up his sleeve that night, Yak. Everything. I'm talking about a Vietnam vet. I'm talking about everything he had in his sleeve, he pulled that shit out, but he couldn't win, man.
Yeah.
I guess the hurt that I had in my heart because of him. Yo, let me tell you something. First of all, I'm a man. Let's get this straight. Number one, I'm a man. You understand what I'm saying to you? And unfortunately, I have also been guilty of stepping out too.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? I ain't step out just because I just wanted to cheat. I stepped out because I was tired of fucking hurting. You dig what I'm saying? And it seemed like when you're going through something with the one you love, it's always that one on the side or that one that you meet miraculously that want to treat you like the king you think you are.
Thanks.
Word up. We ain't even doing that. So that's why I have stepped out. It wasn't just a motherfucking prove no points or put no notches on my motherfucking belt. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody got a reason for what they did. Some people reason just because they feel as though they tough. That was never my reason. But let me ask y'all something. Nikki says that she feels as though he should be charged with manslaughter, right?
Yeah.
Cupid, how long you think if he go to jail he should be charged for? Just hypothetically speaking. All y'all up here. Cupid, I'm gonna ask you first, and then I want to know, Yak, if he is convicted. I'm not wishing death or conviction in jail on anybody. I want God to do what's right. Let's get that straight. Whatever God feel deemed to be right, that's all right with me. Y'all understand?
Yeah.
Cupid, how long you think he should go to jail for that?
Honestly,
Before you say
I
that,
don't know.
before you say that,
Sorry.
take into the fact he was trying to prevent people from getting hurt. At least that's
Right.
the case in the story now that we're hearing.
I don't know. I can't honestly answer that because I don't know the full thing. I mean, I've heard everything of what you've been saying and everything, and I think it's, if he was trying to protect people, then he was trying to protect people. But I don't know how long. I mean, I don't know.
How
I'm
you feel about
sorry.
that, Yak?
And for starter, how do we know he was trying to protect people? Why is
Facts.
that? Why is that being stated?
Because I thought people were saying that
Me too. I feel like that
the
too. I feel like
homeless.
that too.
I
But
thought the
Z, I
homeless.
wasn't there.
Sorry.
Yak, right. He could have been, like he said, him and that man could have been buddies and riding the train together. They could have been talking about doing something to a nigga on the way
Right.
to the train.
It's like from what I've seen, just from what's being shown visually right now, the least should be manslaughter. The very least. And what does
Most
manslaughter
definitely.
carry? How much time does manslaughter actually carry?
Sometimes like 2.5 to 7, sometimes 3 years the most, depending on the situation. I think Big Dice said it first. I think, quote unquote, they're gonna throw their mercy on him because if it goes to trial, because they're gonna make this big, y'all. If it goes to trial, the reason why I think the trial is gonna upset the world, I think all these situations are plots to upset the world. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because like the O.J. Simpson situation, the world was waiting for the verdict. You dig what I'm saying? With the Michael Gray situation in Baltimore, the world was waiting for the. You see what they did in B-More?
Man,
Yeah,
bro,
you see what they did in B-More?
not a game. It wasn't a game up here, man. One of my partners, man, he on camera, man. Hit the CVS, man. Had about 50,000 perks.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
B-More up, man.
I think a lot of these. That's why I think a lot of just to me, I think a lot of things that may be categorized into things that may create racial wars, I think they should be kept away from the media.
Yeah.
I think, quote unquote, if it's going to impact the world, it should impact the world after the prison sentence and the verdict has been made and it's printed in the newspaper for everybody to go, oh shit, I didn't even know about that. Instead of letting people just sit up and sit up and sit up and sit up and muster up feelings and opinions and thoughts. That's what hurts me, man.
It's like, man, if manslaughter carries 2 to 7, he shouldn't do nothing under that 7, man. Because again, I've done some physical, you know what I mean, shit where I know I've been taught this how you get the win. And I know when to let that motherfucker go or keep going, bro. You know when, and I ain't on no military training. You know what I'm saying? Mine's on some athletic type tip, and I know when to let go, bro. You when you got control of a person's neck, you can feel the body when you got it. You feel it, bro. I don't even know how to explain it, but you can feel it. You know when you got them. Then you also gonna know when that weight start changing. You know what I'm saying? You know, bro. And if he was military trained and he had one of them blackout moments, that's on the government. Y'all let that nigga out here and y'all ain't make sure he was wind down and not still wired the hell up like he was overseas some damn way. That's on y'all. Man's supposed to go to prison.
Facts.
They let too many of them, they bring them home. My cousin was one of them. My cousin, matter of fact, he up there in Carolina, man. And he went to all 3 of them boys over there. Then he come off the plane from over there, drop him home, and then he right at home. Man, y'all ain't even wind these people down, man. You got to, man, it's a bigger connection to all of this shit. For real, you want to keep it a bang. You can't just keep 6 hours ago, he was over there knocking niggas' heads back for 7 months. And then you drop him right back in his living room. You know what I mean? And
like
that's
they did
it.
to my father.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's a lot to it, man.
They took my father to Vietnam, got him addicted to heroin and cocaine because of the vigorous hours they had to stay up. He was 16 when he went to Vietnam. And then what they do, after the Vietnamese War, they brought his ass back to Chicago and dropped him off a damn junkie. That's crazy. And then they blame him. Yo, everybody in the building, this is what I want y'all to do right now, because there's some things I want to say and I want to do, but I ain't going to do it on the Big Dice Chronicles. I'm about to go take Zeus and Egypt out right quick. And it's what? It's 11:49. I'm setting it. We going to the Back Block Chronicles. If y'all pull up. I'm going to call out a few people and drop the mic because I want some clowns to get their ass up.
We gonna get
Yo,
this
matter of
shit
fact,
going
y'all, look who in the
tonight.
building. Look who in the building. Look who in the building, y'all. I gotta let them up. Let me see your face, man. Let me see your face. Let me see your face. Yo, introducing y'all. I gotta let him up right quick. Because I'm gonna let him know that we ending this and he can come over to the Back Block Chronicles. I gotta admit to y'all something. I'm about to let the person up that ran me out of Brooklyn, y'all. And I want y'all to show some love for Green Eyes. Green Eyes, what the fuck do you want, Green Eyes?
Salute.
What the fuck do you want, man?
Nah, I gotta get this off my chest, you know? Nah. I'm coming in respectfully. I just want to say shout out to you for pulling up on my platform and us, getting a clearance on, because communication is everything. So I just appreciate you for pulling up because your platform is already built. You didn't have to pull up on my platform. So I appreciate
Green
you.
Eyes,
And
I'm scared of you. That's why. Let me stop. This is what I want you to do for me, Green Eyes, because something you said last night is the reason why I pulled up. Everybody up here, I know y'all in shock. Green Eyes said something like, damn, yo, like sometimes I be reaching out to y'all won't even fuck with me. What if I kill myself? I don't know what you're going, but stop doing that, my nigga. Like, stop talking shit like that into existence. Like I said, you do some goofy shit, but if I was to hear some shit like that happen to you, it would bother me. The only thing I think you need to work on respectfully, because I know you my son's age, you gotta get back into understanding who women are, and you need to respect Cupid Guts, and you owe her an apology, man. I'm talking about a sincere apology.
Please save the apology.
No, hold on, Cupid. Hear me out. The reason why I say that is I'm not up here saying y'all gonna be together. That's not what I'm saying. I just didn't want to ignore him because yesterday when I pulled up to his show, he let me up. We all going to the Back Block Chronicles over this. We can matter of fact, y'all two motherfuckers could come over to the Back Block Chronicles. Y'all know what goes down on the Back Block Chronicles, Cupid. You know what goes on the Back Block Chronicles. Y'all do know that, right? And then we gonna rock and roll. So let's watch the intro. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?